Volunteering Project by Chelsea McGrath. 14 hours of completed volunteering with Meals on Wheels. What is Meals on Wheels? This is a Commission on Aging sponsored program that provides home-delivered meals to older adults with a hot meal during the noon hour. Individuals who are eligible must be 60 years of age or older, be homebound, and unable to shop or prepare their own meals. There is only one suggested donation of $2.50 for each meal provided. What was my inspiration for choosing Meals on Wheels? Well, it was my grandpa. He's been volunteering there for the last few years, and he always said that his driving force to deliver Meals on Wheels were to help his friends, the ones who might not have the health that he does, and the ones who might not be in the same financial situation as he is. Some of these friends he served with in the military, and others he simply grew up with and have kept lifelong friendships with. While we were driving and delivering, I also took this time to learn about his life when he was younger, and we really used this time to connect with one another. I would say the three things that I learned from volunteering with Meals on Wheels would be, one, the first and foremost thing was to be more compassionate. Everyone in this world is fighting a battle you may not see or understand. Some people are not as fortunate as I have been, even my own grandparents. They lived a hard life, and we should not judge, but we should offer more of our time to them. Most of them just want your time, a listening ear, a smile, just to see your face. The second thing I learned was that there are a lot of people just in this county that need our help and that are suffering. I was amazed at the list of stops we made in just one day. It was heartbreaking and rewarding all at the same time. The third thing I learned is there are still a lot of good people in this world. I was amazed at how many people are helping prepare the meals, delivering the meals, and on Commission on Aging to support these senior citizens who are homebound. The first time I went, it was such a humbling experience to see. Most of the volunteers are senior citizens themselves, but they are happy to be there. They wanted to help and they wanted to serve. So, how has the economy played its role in Meals on Wheels? The people who deliver them, the people who receive them. One of the first experiences I had was a gentleman that we delivered to. I quickly realized through talks with my grandfather and himself that his source of income had been the refinery that was in Elma when it was open. When the refinery had to shut down, he was forced to go on unemployment. As we all know, unemployment only lasts so long. Due to his age and his health at the time, he was forced to go on Social Security, which isn't very much for a one-person income. He had applied for disability but was turned down. This individual also ended up becoming homebound as his health declined. He was able to donate just a few dollars the first time we delivered. The second time he delivered, he was unable to donate as he had other needs that he needed for that week. This is just one example of how the economy turned 10 years ago in our community and forced this person to seek other avenues. This same shutdown of the refinery drove a lot of people out of town, which slowed the economy in the Alma area. People weren't buying like they used to. Stores started closing and jobs were little to none, making it very hard for this individual to find another source of income besides Social Security. So, how has psychology played its role? When I think about psychology and its role in my volunteering with Meals on Wheels, it wasn't one situation that stuck out to me, but the whole experience. As we know, psychology deals with the mind and personality of the individual. More in depth is social psychology, which is a study of an individual's behavior as it influences and is influenced by the behavior of others. When I think about volunteering, I chose to look around me at the people who were doing the volunteering, what drove and motivated them to want to volunteer on a weekly basis. First, I went to my grandfather. One comment that he made while we were out delivering is that some people who he was volunteering for were in the military with him. He made a comment that the military was like a brotherhood and you don't leave a brother behind. Another comment he made throughout the time was that when he grew up, he didn't have anything, and he didn't want to see another person suffer like he had to. I also spoke to one of the ladies that was preparing the meals, and how she wanted to give back to the community. Her father-in-law had received Meals on Wheels, and she had seen how much he enjoyed each and every delivery, almost like he looked forward to it. He loved the people that were delivering, the smiles that they brought, and the little bit of social interaction that they brought with it. So she wanted to provide that same satisfaction to someone else by preparing the meals. She had thought about delivering, but thought, you know what, my best values are here in the kitchen helping out. So that's what she did. So here's a little recap on my service learning project with Meals on Wheels and why I believe that volunteering is important. You know, volunteering in this community is so important, not only for Meals on Wheels, but any organization that you can find. The benefits of this selfless act are not just for the recipient, but also for yourself. That rewarding feeling you receive is that of nothing else. I just can't put into words how rewarding it felt to be able to serve somebody in a way that I never thought I would have that connection before. That look on their face and that little bit of social interaction that they are longing for was just unbelievable. And I would hope that anybody who has the opportunity would just give a little bit of their time, because that's all that they're looking for. So how has social science, particularly economics and psychology, played an important role in my volunteering? I was able to see how the economy changed in the Alma area and forced people to take different avenues, forced them to get out of work, to be on unemployment, and really how much of that impact can affect somebody. Also, I had the chance to see how psychology really changes why a person would want to volunteer, what in their background makes them want to volunteer, and how diverse that background can make them volunteer, whether it was a hard life at home, the military, seeing their father-in-law, just have that social interaction. It was just amazing. So I'm going to leave with one last quote, is from Albert Einstein: "Only a life lived for others is worth living."